through a...
Thank you again, Nick. So the 9 of them advancing on the tape. And they're off in the Truster Trader Top Novices Hurdle. Grade 1, and Romeo Coolio is handy early on, so is Diva Luna, and Rubber Ball, the yellow and red, on the outside. Jet to Vegas, pink and black, is in 4th early. Salvator Mundi is keeping to the outside. Stablemate Karbau going around the inner. The back 3, Tripoli Flyer, and the Craig and Laura Buckingham pair jolting and jiving in advance of Royal Infantry, who is in last place under Harry Skelton, as they turn into the home straight, and they'll very shortly reach flight number 1, and Diva Luna and Romeo Coolio. Romeo Coolio to Diva Luna. Jet to Vegas the inside. Rubber Ball and Jack Quinlan to the outer. Now switching more towards the inside. Salvator Mundi getting a lead over the second, where Tripoli Flyer jumped quite significantly right-handed at that under Jonathan Burke. Is running behind Karbau with jolting and jiving Brian Hughes and the backmarker Royal Infantry as they now come to flight number 3. Sam Ewing and Romeo Coolio measures that very well to Diva Luna in 2nd place. Rubber Ball the outside 3rd. Salvator Mundi is in behind on the outer of Jet to Vegas. A gap then of 3 or 4 lengths to Tripoli Flyer, matching strides with Karbau, and a similar distance back to Jolton and Jiving and Royal Infantry. 1 circuit to go, and it's the Supreme Novices Hurdle 3rd. Romeo Coolio has already won the best turned out prize and is leading to Diva Luna in 2nd place. Rubber Ball is in 3rd. Salvator Mundi is just tucked in and tracking the trio at the front, with the Premier Hurdle Kelso winner Jet to Vegas in 5th place, not far away. Tripoli Flyer is next, with Karbau and Danny Mullins, the back 2, Jolton and Jiving and Royal Infantry. Good strong pace as they come to the first of 3 in the back. This is number 4, Romeo Coolio in front. Salvator Mundi a little slower than the front 3 at that. Diva Luna 2nd, Rubber Ball is in 3rd. 4 lengths then to Salvator Mundi, ahead of Jet to Vegas as they come to the middle hurdle in the back straight. And Romeo Coolio, again very slick, so was Diva Luna and Rubber Ball. Tripoli Flyer made a right mess of that and chased along. There's a good 12 to 15 lengths off the pace. Got a little reminder there as well. Jolton and Jiving relegated to be last by Royal Infantry. Romeo Coolio, horse and rider not quite at 1 at that one, but continued to lead. Diva Luna is very close in 2nd. Rubber Ball the outside. Salvator Mundi tracking this strong pace as they come through their starting point in 5th position. Jet to Vegas and Karbau disputing that, and then Royal Infantry. Tripoli Flyer has just got Jolton and Jiving behind, so 3 left to jump here. Romeo Coolio going on again to Salvator Mundi. Diva Luna just getting a squeeze, last year's nickel coin bumper winner. Rubber Ball is driven. Karbau improving a bit with Jet to Vegas, and then Royal Infantry. Tripoli Flyer's got it all to do, and then Jolton and Jiving. So Romeo Coolio is leading, but now emerging Salvator Mundi is stalking the leader. They were 3rd and 5th in the Supreme. They're 1 and 2 in the Truster Trader Top Novice as they come towards the 3rd last. And Salvator Mundi getting closer to Romeo Coolio. Karbau is in 3rd, then Jet to Vegas. Diva Luna is weak, and then Royal Infantry. Here's the 2nd last. Romeo Coolio to Salvator Mundi. Paul Townend, he hasn't blinked, and he's eased alongside, and hard driven now is Romeo Coolio, and Salvator Mundi looking ready to go as they head to the final flight. Romeo Coolio trying to rally. Here's the last. Salvator Mundi over safely, a length clear of Romeo Coolio in 2nd. Karbau is back in 3rd, but Salvator Mundi is striding away now, has opened up by 4 or 5, 100 yards left to run. Willie Mullins won all 4 grade 1s yesterday. He'll back a 5th on Ladies' Day. Salvator Mundi takes the Top Novice and wins hands down. Romeo Coolio 2nd, Karbau 3rd. Jet to Vegas, home in 4th.
Well, they always said he was good. Now he's proved it. Salvator Mundi, hood off, perfect trip. Great ride from Paul Townend, has won as he has liked. In the colours of Joe and Murray Donnelly for Willie Mullins. Paul Townend, as David said, a 5th grade 1 in a day and a half for the winning trainer. 7-2 Salvator Mundi, and quite well back. Lovely toe into the race from the pace-setting Supreme 3rd, Romeo Coolio. How comprehensively he's reversed that form today. Romeo Coolio hung in there, bungled the last, didn't help, but he was done for anyway. Karbau's run an excellent race to make it a clean sweep for Irish trained novices. Best of the home team was Lucinda Russell's Jets to Vegas in an honourable, though distant 4th. frankly, they were all distant to the very impressive winner.
It all played into his hands. On a speed favouring track, they went good and fast. He settled better. The hood was off. The ground was drier. He had his ideal conditions and it all worked out for him. It's ultimately a really impressive performance by him, turning around an 11-length deficit of Romeo Coolio, finishing in front of him at Cheltenham. But this is a good performance by him.
You were spot on. Blue and yellow colours in rear. There's one jump to the right from Tripoli Flyer. And Johnny Burke's almost on one rein thereafter. Here we come to the second, Lisa. Blue and yellow colours.
Yes, and again to his right. He shifts right. At that stage, Nick, he's no cover on his outside. And exactly as the race unfolded, he just went right. And things was never going to go in his favour when he's going to do things like that. In this kind of a grade, you can't have any of those errors.
I mean, he's gone from a 7-4 shot to a 16-1 shot after a hurdle, and then about a 33-1 shot after 3 hurdles.
Yeah, and then he compounded it with a mistake down the back as well, and that really finished him off. I mean, he can't get away with that in many races, but he certainly can't at grade 1 level. But the true Salvator Mundi turned up today. He's always had a huge reputation. He was always going to be the #1 Mullins horse for the Supreme, or he's supposed to be, until Copec de Board burst onto the scene. But it couldn't have worked out any better. Strong early pace from Romeo Coolio. He got his jumping together. Hood was off. Better ground, flat track. Everything's perfect for him.
I mean, Romeo Coolio's gone hard. Too hard?
He's a horse that obviously I think he's going to be better over 2.5 miles, so he was always going to try and draw the sting out of it and make it more of a stamina test than a speed test. But ultimately, in behind, Paul Townend, a target on Sam Ewing's back. He was travelling so well. Salvator Mundi jumped much better than I've ever seen him jump before. Maybe he needs this drier ground to spring off.
Romeo Coolio is still in front, but now Paul Townend, as without any fuss and any apparent effort, just found himself right there.
He did, and he got a target on Sam Ewing's back, hadn't he? Jumped to the third last, good jump there. Neither horse was particularly good. I think it was at the final hurdle, they both slightly bundled out, but you can tell from the two jockeys' body language, slightly out to his right, Salvator Mundi up the home straight, but each time he's got over the hurdle, he's come back on the bridle. And the pair don't jump this well, but he's got loads in hand, and presumably he'll go to Punchestown now, and he might well take on Copec de Board yet again.
Down to the last, I actually thought Romeo Coolio was still hanging in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Still showing determination and a bit of grit, but that error at the last just put paid to any sort of chance. But I think Salvator Mundi just had so much more up his sleeve.
Look at the exaggerated action on Karbau the third. Would that suggest to you that he might want a little softer ground?
Possibly so. I think it's a good performance by Karbau, one to stick in the book, because